Hi, my name is William Person. I'm a 9-year veteran of Team USA. I was a bobsledder from 1999 or 98 till 2007. Um, Man, it's been a journey. People ask me, how did I get here? And the truth is, I'm still trying to figure it out myself, to be very honest. My teammates have started to get sick. They can't, the last one called me one day and he was speaking gibberish. Like, I didn't understand anything he said, not one word. Um, so I told myself every day I got to get him some help. I got to get him some help. His name was Pavle Jovanovic. And man, I'll be honest, I didn't do anything to help this guy, like, other than talk about it to myself. And eventually, I got word that he went to his family's factory and he hung himself. And I felt so guilty because my mental health was my background, and I knew he needed help, and I didn't really give an honest effort to helping him. And I felt so bad about it. I felt guilty. I felt like that blood was on my hands. So I started trying to fight back a little bit, asking questions and trying to figure this thing out, because I realized there was a lot of my other teammates starting to deal with the same stuff. Now, meanwhile, myself, I had been not feeling well for a while. I had been seeing doctors. I assumed I had diabetes because I couldn't get out of the bed. I didn't have any energy. And every night before I went to bed, I had to put a thermos full of coffee on the bed, on the thermos, I'm sorry, on the nightstand, or Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola. Every day was the same thing. So when I woke up, I had to figure out what the day is because I can't tell a Sunday from a Friday. And then I have to figure out what month we're in. I was stuck in a loop where I always thought it was January or August, but I knew better. So I knew every day to figure it out. And so I was stuck. I was stuck in this loop. I'm watching my teammates, go through what they're going through. Sorry about that. And eventually I filed a class action lawsuit when I started really talking to everybody, because so many people were sick. Nobody was out offering help. No one was talking about the new generation and how to stop them from having these issues. And so when we got to court, two things I asked for. One, take care of my guys. I never requested anything for myself. One reason, I thought I was going to be dead before this case ended. And part of the story I didn't tell you is when Pablo called me and I was trying to help him, I couldn't help him because I was literally crawling around on the floor in my own apartment. Like, I took my bed apart. I left the box spring in the bedroom. I took the top mattress and I put it in my living room. And then I could at least crawl to the kitchen, crawl to the bathroom a little bit easier. And that's where I lived for I don't know how long, because it's like I'm really drawing a blank there. I don't know what I did all day. Like, in my apartment, I wasn't watching TV, wasn't listening to the radio. I don't know what I did all day other than just be miserable. So when Pavle took his life, they checked his brain. He was in stage 4. He was in that stage 4. And that's why he couldn't talk. And that's why he's having so many medical issues. And yeah, Pablo, he when he took his life, he really saved my life, because I was really, like I said, I was fighting, trying to help him, but really he was saving me, and I didn't know it at the time. And so he was stage 4 CTE. They said I was told he had one of the worst brains I've ever seen, worse than any NFL guy who's been checked so far. So here I am in court fighting. My lawyers, they actually want to settle the case. It's a bullcrap settlement. They only want to evaluate the athletes. They don't want to treat us or give us money so we can find our own treatment. And they've just kind of turned it back on us. So what I decided to do is open up a CTE wellness center. See, I would say about 2 years ago, I was struggling with words. I couldn't read very well anymore. I couldn't write very well, and I couldn't do simple math in my head anymore. And so Oh man, it was just brutal. Like it just turned my world upside down. And I didn't know how to fix that. And so every day I laid on that floor and every day I prayed for death. I was tired of this. I didn't want to have another day like what I was having. And I couldn't find any relief. There was nobody there. There was no help. When you tell people what you're dealing with, I think this is why a lot of athletes are killing themselves. I can tell somebody what I'm dealing with, and then most people will say, "Oh, I deal with that too." Let me give you a good example. Like I'll tell people, like I'll go in a room to get something and I can't remember going in there. Most people say, "I do that all the time too," but they're not telling you that I also have vertigo. I have migraines. I'm cloudy. I'm getting lost in my own neighborhood. You know, it was a whole gamut of things that I was dealing with, and it just to get somebody to really listen and understand. And what I did find out, only your loved ones can help you through your situation, because when I was dealing with it, it was I'm just watching everybody, and it was my loved ones that really stepped up and saved me, because I just couldn't see it on myself. Even when I read the article called Sledhead, written by the New York Times, that article actually diagnosed my peers of everything they was going through. And I'm like, oh, not me. It missed me. No, it didn't miss me. I was right in the middle of it. But I just couldn't connect them dots, man. When the brain shuts off, that brain shuts off. But that's my story. I found some help thanks to Joe Namath. He said he used hyperbaric oxygen. I tried it. I have a unit in the back. I use that thing as much as I can, and it reversed some stuff. It calmed me down. It took that darkness off me, and now I'm trying to pay it forward. I set up a crowdfunding, and I just want to help other people with it. Like, it's no more to it than that. We just had another suicide yesterday. It was I think his name was Rudy Johnson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Took his life. A few weeks before was another guy. You know, it's going and going and going. People aren't getting help because they don't know that there's help out there. I didn't know there was help. I happened to find Joe Namath's videos after 20 years of trying to figure this thing out. And man, that guy saved my life. I tell people all the time, for a long time, I couldn't say Joe Namath without tearing up, because he gave me life back. I spent 1 hour in that chamber, turned my life around. And so I'm spreading the word, like, guys, get in this chamber. You know, make sure you see a doctor before you get in that chamber. Make sure you're appropriate, and watch the miracle start to happen. Because most people get permanent relief, and for me, I don't get permanent relief. I get relief until I go about 4 weeks without oxygen therapy again. Then I have to go back. I'll get cloudy all over again. So, but yeah, that's what I deal with. I'm working on it. It's been a blessing, and my goal is just to offer this service to other people for free, and stop these suicides, man, and stop these people from struggling as much as they should, because the chamber it really just fixes some things. It fixes some things, and it turns some things around. So if there's any questions you have for me, please throw them at me. I'm an open book, guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't. I used to try to hide stuff and candy coat it because I was embarrassed of myself. Because sometimes I'll be talking, then I'll just start staring off into space, like, you know, that's it. And I'll catch myself and, like, you know, nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. But I'm alive, and I'm beating this thing, and a lot of other people beat it too. We just have to show you how. I actually have a TikTok channel called One Man with a Chamber, and all I do is talk about how to live with CTE, just showing people all those steps. I stepped in all the potholes myself, man. Like, you don't need to step in the pothole. I already did it. So just follow my steps, and I'll hopefully guide you around those potholes. So that's what my journey is here. Save as many lives as I can, open up this center, and hopefully people will clone my program and start doing the same. But I have to do it for free. I don't want anybody making life decisions about treatment versus paying rent. Like, no. So I'm going to take care of that part for you. It was done for me, and I just want to pay it forward. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to my story. If anything I can, you have any questions for me? Anything I didn't address in there, which it's a ton of stuff, guys. Trust me, I can talk for 10 hours on this. It's brutal stuff, and it just, so much needs to be said, and so many need to be helped.